Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another speculation video. So, I was tweeted something rather interesting today from Kieran Patton, and this is a LinkedIn profile of someone who is currently an experienced design intern at Electronic Arts in Redwood City, California. More specifically, under Maxis, working on The Sims 4, their name is Jenny Kim, and the description that's written for Experience Design Intern already starts off with something pretty intriguing. Redesigned manage world screens and flows of The Sims 4 game to improve player experience. The rest of it is pretty standard stuff. At one point, they mentioned considering 7 different play styles. I don't think that means they're adding more game modes. I'm pretty sure that's referencing the different sorts of labels they give to us simmers based on how we play. I think that mainly started to be a thing around the Sims 3 era, where you have storytellers who obviously focus on telling stories through the game, or deviant players who just torture their Sims all the time, and like achievement hunters who obviously go after the most achievements possible. And I think there was one for like specifically challenges, unless that was also like the same name as like the achiever or whatever that was. But 7? I don't know what they all are, but I'm pretty sure that's what they are referring to. Anyways, I just wanted to clarify that before getting to the main points of this video, which is focusing on that redesigned manage world screens and flow of The Sims 4. So that seemingly confirms a free update, or at least one aspect of it. And Thematically has been teasing for a little bit that there is going to be some sort of unexpected thing that we're getting in September, because recently he did confirm that the Sims Delivery Express drop that we got this week is not it. It is coming in September. I have not seen anybody guess at a Manage World screen overhaul, so that's pretty unexpected in my eyes. That was definitely not something that I was thinking would be coming, even though there are a couple things I wouldn't mind seeing in terms of improvements. I wonder how far this redesign is going to go. Is it just going to change a couple things, or is just the whole Manage World screen flow as we know it right now just going to be history? Because I would not be surprised if they actually do the latter. They just completely change the whole thing. If you don't already know by heart which icon represents which world, then okay, yeah, I can see how it can be a little challenging at times to find the world you want to actually go to because it doesn't show the name and description until you hover over the icon. I sure wouldn't mind if they changed the art of some of these icons, particularly Brightchester and Evergreen Harbor, because they're right next to each other and the color palette is similar enough to where I get mixed up so often with choosing one of the two. So I think maybe Brightchester could do with a good makeover there, because it doesn't really strike me as the university world. Well, I mean, obviously besides the flying graduation cap, but that doesn't show up right away. And then, of course, you have the destination worlds in their own separate screen, just tiny up in the top left to click on it and then see the 3 destination worlds. So maybe they will just merge them all into one screen and allow me to reach for just a little bit here, but maybe they'd even make at least Granite Falls and Selva Dorada residential worlds. That would be pretty neat. I think Batu might just stay the same forever because of just the nature of it being a collab with Disney. They might be very strict about changing stuff, anything related to Batu, besides bug fixes. So yeah, but at least making 2 out of those 3 destination worlds, ones that your Sims can live in full time, would be really nice, and it's something that I have seen a decent amount of people asking for. But the reason I am suggesting that is it would be a good reason to revamp the Manage World screen, and would be a nice sort of, I don't know if you call it a feature necessarily, but just something really cool to offer to the players alongside this for the game's 9th anniversary. Even though it says the intern worked on revamping the Manage World screen, that doesn't mean it's going to be the only aspect of a certain update. There could be other things added alongside it, whether it's related to worlds, or create a sim, or live mode. Plus, especially after the update before Snowy Escape, where we've been able to vacation in any of the residential worlds, the destination ones just stick out even more as the odd ones out. The map view is also part of Managed Worlds, so I imagine this will also go through some changes. What you're seeing here is one of the map mods created by 20th Century Plumbob that changes the map, so if I remember correctly, it is just like a whole bunch of photos taken in-game combined to arrange this map. I highly doubt that they'll change the art style of the maps. If they change anything, maybe they'll just do like some minor things to just better reflect how the map looks compared to the game. Like especially Newcrest one looks pretty bad for the Maxis ones, but I think they could change perhaps the amount of information that's displayed. Like maybe they'll show more information on the Sims when you click on them, so it could show, for example, their career level, since that doesn't show up there. And kind of like minor things I've wanted on this screen for a while is to be able to change the lot traits and bulldoze lots without having to actually load the lots, because sometimes I want to just do that. I don't need to go in and change a whole bunch of things or tear down some walls or whatever. I just want to change those things, so then it's kind of annoying to go through a loading screen to get into the lot and then another loading screen to go out of it. So that would be a very convenient change. Whatever happens with this update, I think one thing that is very likely to happen is on the world select screen they will make it so that the names of each world are always visible. Another thing is that there's no confirmation that this is actually coming in September. I'm just theorizing here. I'm honestly surprised that the intern is even allowed to put this on their LinkedIn profile. I figured that would be breaking their non-disclosure agreement, since this is not something that is out yet, but I think it could still be coming later in the year, because even it took them months to just patch in that window that we initially saw in that teaser for the industrial kit, and then there was all the outrage over that, and then they actually made the window for the game. So it is possible that we may not see this for a few more months, but it still feels like a pretty plausible thing to me to include around the game's anniversary, where they may try and freshen up the game more to reel in new players, especially since the base game is now free. Actually, now that I bring up new players, there was one other idea I nearly forgot to mention, which is maybe they could also have it so that when you start a new game, you're not forced to create a new sim in Create a Sim before you can even go into the worlds and decide what season you start in, because I find that just a very strange flow. Like, why can't you just start a new game and dive directly into map view if you just wanted to play with the pancakes or the goths, for example? It just feels so weird that you have to create an OC just right from the jump before you can do anything else. But yeah, whether we get this next month or just sometime in the future, we're gonna have a Managed Worlds overhaul. I am intrigued the more I think about it, what they are gonna do with this. Though obviously this, I think, would be more with new players in mind, because I don't really see too many people asking for a Managed Worlds overhaul, really. So it's like, it doesn't seem like something that should be all that important compared to just the many other issues with the game or features that people want. But yeah, from the angle of this maybe coming out around the anniversary of the game and wanting to bring in more players and make it less confusing for them, then it's something that could make sense to add depending on what it is exactly they add. That's all I have to say for now, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How would you like to see the Managed World screen overhauled? And be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!